What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Sneaker History Podcast. I'm here with two of my favorite people, Nick and Mike. How you doing, gentlemen?
Fantastic, man.
Doing good,
Happy to
man.
get back on.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Man, this is a three-man team we haven't seen in a while. I'm hoping our listeners enjoy it. A little Christmas treat to everybody. We're going to be talking Christmas shoes. It's that time of the year. Whatever you celebrate, you tend just to be buying gifts for people. And a lot of us might have sneakerheads in our lives, or maybe you're just self-indulgent and you want to buy some new shoes. There's no wrong answer to that. So we're happy you're here. We're going to go through 8 of our favorite Christmas shoes dropping in the next couple weeks. And without further ado, let's go ahead and start off with one that had an early access drop. By the time this release, an exclusive access drop. And then on December 16th, an actual drop. It's the Kobe 6 Protro Reverse Grinch in the red and kind of Grinch green colorway. I'm trying to get these at every impasse. I'm sure everybody else is who's maybe hearing this, but you guys excited for that one? I'm excited for it. I'm heartbroken but excited.
I mean, it's kind of hard for me to get excited because I'm already feeling bad because I couldn't. I tried 2 different times during the early access or whatever it was and fail both ends. I don't know. I want to be excited because I really want the shoe, but I just kind of know the outcome already.
Yeah, I haven't had any luck with any of the Kobe releases to this day. So it just,
Same.
and this one is like obviously it's just a special shoe for anybody that's been a sneakerhead for a while, right? Like the original Grinch was such a like crazy shoe, crazy release. I still remember watching like Christmas Day and seeing all those like George Lopez and all those celebrities at the game had them courtside. So I'm definitely excited for it. I'm not going to put any amount of hope into getting them. That way I feel like I won the lottery if I actually get a pair.
Right there.
Hey,
with you.
man. We'll have to see. The original Grinch is one of the few shoes to ever make me cry upon achieving. So that was a good one. So next one here we have kind of the Grinch, but it's the Adidas version of the Grinch. They have 3 different Forum Low 84s. I think that's the formal name of the shoe, but the vintage looking OG form Adidas Forum. One's based off of Cindy Lou Who, one's based off of Max the Dog, and one's based off of the actual Grinch. They dropped into the Grinch colorway already. The Cindy Lou Who and the Max the Dog should be dropping here any moment now. You can buy them on Adidas right now. Full size runs available for $130. I should have mentioned also that the Grinch, Reverse Grinch was $180 for that Kobe 6 Protro, $130 for these Forum Grinches. I honestly like all 3 of them. I'm kind of a Grinch myself, and I've always just liked the property. Like, I don't care what brand is doing it, but I like this Grinch stuff historically.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with it. It screams Christmas. I mean, the red and green already, but then the Grinch, like you say, the media they put out has just been good from the original to the Jim Carrey stuff to was it the Benedict Cumberbatch cartoon. Like it was all solid.
Yep.
I love all those movies, and I think Adidas did a great job. I think I liked the Grinch better last year, the all green, but there's nothing wrong with this one whatsoever. Like they're all still great tie-ins and great releases. I really like they brought in other characters as well, just kind of spread and or widen the horizon of what you're getting. So I think they're dope. I think anybody who likes those to go for it because they even come with little extras like little Christmas, little enamel, little pins and things like that. So I think this is just super dope.
Yeah, all those little trinkets and stuff are always fun too. I'm hoping that these are like actually on sale, so I'm gonna just be as patient as possible. Yeah.
Same. I mean, the little Dubrays they put throughout the laces look really cool. And Mike, you did mention last year's Grinch. I think this one is a little bit more easy rocking. It's easy wearing.
Oh yeah,
if you want to say.
Yeah,
for sure.
They look really good, man. I'm quite into those. So again, $130. Go buy a pair now. Next up here we have Converse. For 2 or 3 years in a row, at least 2, they've gone back and restocked their Christmas, not just Christmas shoes, but as shoes maybe people would want for this season. And this year, it's like the Stussy stuff, a patchwork, Chuck 70. These are all Chuck 70s. But the week actually ends in this Thursday, December 7th, with a Willy Wonka Chuck 70 coming out. There's 2 or 3 colorways. One looks like a chocolate bar. One's more like kind of like psychedelic crazy. And the third one I couldn't get a clear look at yet. But think chocolate brown Willy Wonka bar. I'm going to say it till I'm blue in the face. I love the Chuck 70. So having something that also my nieces and nephews are probably going to like too, always help. Who doesn't like Willy Wonka? I'm kind of excited. I'm excited enough to go watch the new Timothy Chalamet version of Willy Wonka. That's why the shoe is coming out. I mean, let's be honest, that's why. But it's just really cool touches. The back heel tab where it says normally All Star, it has like the Wonka on the back heel, so it looks like a Wonka bar. I think that's a really cute touch. But you guys interested at all in some chocolate swirl or like crazy swirl chucks?
Oompa
There's only
Loompa
2
one's
colorways. My bad.
So the Oompa Loompa Chuck 70 is my favorite one. The
Yeah.
orange with the hairy green laces. Love that one. The fuzzy green laces. And then I like the All-Star BB, the all gold ones, like the golden ticket. So those are pretty cool. I think the idea is awesome. I have a kind of a sidebar question for you guys. How is Willy Wonka's movie always associated with Christmas?
It's true. I don't know how either. I thought about that. I really did. And I was like, it is, but it isn't.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, there's no Christmas, I think, in the movie at all mentioned, but it's always played on Christmas, just like Harry Potter. I'm like, where's Christmas and like involved? But that's just because we're talking about Christmas shoes, it kind of jumped into my mind. But anyway, I digress.
Yeah, it is kind of funny.
No,
though.
that's
like,
a really
it's not
good point to bring
anything
up because
Christmas,
I've
but
never
it's-
really
yeah.
thought about that either. But it is, right? And there are technically 3 shoes. So there's like that bright gold Oompa Loompa basketball sneaker. That's the All-Star BB Trillionaire, if I remember correctly. No, Trilliant, not Trillionaire. Trilliant CX. All-Star BB Trilliant CX Low. That's a lot to say. But that's a crazy, like, SGA is going to be wearing those on Christmas. And that's kind of some of these shoes. If you have a basketball head in your life, or if you are a basketball fan, going to be some good stuff for you. Because like SGA, Draymond Green, those 2 are probably the biggest Converse athletes. They're going to be wearing these bright gold shoes, and you're going to be seeing them. So maybe go buy a Chuck 72 with it. I don't know.
No, I think you nailed it with like it's like, for you and I, it's the nieces and nephews. For Mike, it's the kids, right? It's like the older you get, the more these like crazy shoes, because like they did like so many brands have done crazy shoes over the years for like the holidays or like whatever movie franchise, but like I feel like these types of themes are even more like appealing nowadays, because it's like, who doesn't want to like have that connection with their kids or their nephews or their like whatever,
Yeah.
like, so like it's a talking point almost for like the holidays or whatever, or like going to see the movie or something, right? Like if my nephews were living near me and I was going to see movies, like I'd be trying to get anything that I knew for them and for me, just to be like, let's go see the movie and make an event of it.
Yeah, and I don't know what it is about Converse as a brand, but I wear these Tweety Bird Chuck 70s all the time. And if it was a Tweety Bird Air Force One, I probably wouldn't like it the same way. There's something about an all-star Chuck Taylor that just like it translates to everything. It's like grown up, but it's still childish. And it'll always kind of live in that ageless world where you could
Yeah.
put anything on it. The Wonka ones, just to kind of put a nail in it, the All-Star branding on the inner heel, it's like stamped chocolate. It's not like a normal patch. So it's just like the
Oh,
little
cool.
added touches. And maybe as adults, we appreciate stuff like that more now. But like, I don't need a crazy Tweety Bird or Willy Wonka Air Force One. I want like a kind of a classy Chuck 70 with just nice little hints to it. I don't know.
But
To contrast this, I'm going to jump around to this other shoe here. The complete opposite of this Chuck 70 Willy Wonka. It's the Crocs and Elf movie, the Will Ferrell movie. They have a whole collection out. It's out now. It's in stock. I checked before recording this. You can go buy pairs right now. And to really go from a shoe where it's like a nod to your children, or like, you kind of want your kids to maybe get it. Maybe they won't, but the parent who's also at the movie with their kid will get it. this Croc elf stuff is like it's so in your face and so loud, like the movie. It all kind of works, but I like this way less. But what do you guys think? Is it over? Is it too much? Is it overkill?
That might be an understatement. I was looking at him just now. I didn't realize it was even on the list. Holy crap! There's
They're Buddy the Elf green with fuzzy like his lapel on his coat.
Yeah.
It's all the inside.
it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's just so much. Like that's one of my favorite. I mean, that's probably one of my favorite movies. Even just take it out of the holiday category. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. But like, I'm not a Crocs person, and these are just like so over the top that I feel like.
The belt buckle at the back. I mean, you can't even.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
do you do with that?
So
it
makes you feel this kind of way. It's polarizing.
Yeah, it's actually really like well done, and like, but it's just not something I would ever wear. You know, like I feel like okay. Here's what I feel like. I feel like the only like ugly Christmas sweaters is always a thing.
There you go.
I feel like this is like the like let me show up to the holiday party if your company has a holiday party.
Wild.
This would be one of those things where you just show up and like drink too much eggnog kind of situation.
This is
Those suck-
Or drink
This
too
is
much
100%
eggnog
the right
ahead of time
situation
and then
for that.
show up wearing it. Yeah.
Put those in sport mode so you don't fall out.
No, but I mean, you could really. These are in full family sizing. You could go the Willy Wonka Chuck 70 route with maybe your kid's doing its own thing and you're kind of just in the cut with the theme, or you could go straight Buddy the Elf, the entire family, which also is very valid. There's like not a wrong way to do that.
No wrong
I'd be
answers.
remiss to say if I didn't go through the Crocs website. They have a nice little collection of just holiday clogs. They're all just about half off too. So if you want a stocking stuffer for like $35, you can just get a white and red Croc with like candy cane, which is less Buddy the Elf, but still Christmassy. Holiday.
So, this screams elementary or middle school art teacher all over it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what it screams to me.
But I mean, you two are outside enough. Just even at grocery stores, we make that joke, or Croc has that reputation as that joke. But you know damn well there's grown adults of like.
Facts.
Yeah, we could probably take bets on whether or not Mike sees this in his kid's classroom within the next few weeks, right? Like,
I hope not. I'm like, didn't I teach you guys anything when I came here? Put those away.
I mean, I kind of want the Buddy the Elf ones, and I'd be shook if I didn't buy them in the.
You're the
next
only one in this group who could get away with that. Like, me and Nick, only way I can say is like, ooh, my kids made me do it, but I still be like, really? Like, me and Nick couldn't get away with that.
I mean, I could just tell people that my kids made me do it, even though I don't have kids. Like they're like, "Oh, you have kids?" No, they just made me do it.
They're like, we need to call somebody for you.
Yeah, exactly.
It just kind of felt that way. Okay, so if this type of Christmas or holiday, I keep saying Christmas just out of habit. I want to make clear that this is holiday fun for anybody, especially like the not elf Croc ones. Those actually is a really good option if you just want to like a sub $40 Secret Santa holiday-ish gift. I would look into those. Here's another good holiday option though. So Vans has classic options of sneakers like the old school, the authentic, the slip-on, where you can put holiday print on it, like make it look like wrapping paper, customize them. They're like $80, a couple different options. The slip-ons were my favorite. You can make it look like straight up traditional holiday wrapping paper, just white, red, maybe some little like snowy cabin feels on there. I didn't look through all the options, but for $80, if you have somebody who is into that kind of stuff, like Vans, I think we can all agree are the great equalizer of footwear. Even if you know nothing about shoes, you appreciate a pair of Vans. If you know a lot about shoes, you should probably still be able to appreciate a pair of Vans. So,
Yeah.
3 different options, customize them, make them your own. It's a good option. Less than $100. Can't go wrong with that. Order now because they got to get to your house.
Yeah. See, I can do that. And then it'll still like crazy print on it, but like you said, Vans are like the great equalizer. I feel like I can get away with anything on a pair of Vans and not have to deal with the ridicule of that Buddy the Elf Croc. So,
Yep. I like the old schools. They're like subtle. I think they just look clean anyway.
yeah.
Okay, let's see here. I could go through customizing all day on Vans. It is an easier process, I think, than like Nike by You. There's less options, but sometimes less is more. So nothing wrong with that. Here's a shoe that's going to be coming up. You'll be seeing it again on Christmas when all the players are doing their basketballing in the NBA. It's the Nike Zoom GT Cut 2 Christmas. They're $170. They come out 12/14. This is a basketball shoe that I think we could all agree looks really good, but maybe gets lost in the shuffle of just all the shoes, and we're in a signature environment. I'm hit everybody here with a question in a moment. Just wanted to lead with this shoe before the next one. But like, unless you're really playing basketball, this compared to some of the other basketball focused offerings is a tough sell, unfortunately. And it's not because the shoe's bad. It looks good. It's great. But like, unless like in the NBA or in college, like, man, I don't see myself like, ugh.
But it makes
And
me
it's
happy to
because it's just
see.
sad. I think it's sad.
It makes me happy to see Christmas stuff coming back. You know, Christmas themed sneakers as a whole, because really I feel like we've gotten maybe one or two every so often when it comes to like Nike basketball or just basketball in general. I feel like they're not as many as not like heavily advertised, because back in what, between 2000 and let's say 9 and 2000 and what, call it 15, 16. By the time Halloween came around, we were getting berated with all the cool Christmas stuff coming out, and now we're not necessarily getting it. Like, I think last year
everything got a Christmas treatment.
everything,
right?
It was awesome, and now it's not so much. But I like the fact. I mean, I won't, like you said, if I'm not seriously hooping, I got enough basketball shoes now. I'm not going to really wear these out unless I'm going to the quarters of the gym. So I like that they're doing it. So for those who do like the shoe, kudos to you. You have an awesome Christmas shoe to get your hands on.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel the same way. I actually think the Nike basketball stuff it's going to be one of those things down the road. Like, I think like you'll be able to pick up a lot of these shoes for a really good price, and I think that's like the most exciting thing about it. I mean, I don't actually particularly like the Christmas colorway this year, but just like some of the other colorways that are already on discount, it's like it's kind of nice that there's like a really good shoe available under $100 or right around $100 on sale, right? Where we haven't seen that. We've seen a lot of other brands around that price point, but I think like because they're doing more colorways, you're seeing more of those opportunities for people to pick up something relatively reasonably priced. But to like Robbie's point, there's so many signature shoes right now too. Like, it's tough because like if you're playing basketball, or like if you're buying for your kids, right? Like, you're probably buying a particular player because that's who your kid likes. Where like these team shoes they're kind of sleepers in my opinion. Like there's just not enough attention to them. I mean, even though we see them on the court, I don't know.
Yeah. They're sleepers. They make me sad sleepers, because this also is not my favorite colorway. But Mike brought up there was a huge point in time where these were very important releases of the year. Like, top 5 of the year releases were this Christmas stuff for whatever shoe it might be. This GT Cut 2 has a really cool little hang tag with like a to and from. That's a nice touch.
Yeah.
The green and red like palette swap between the two left and right shoe. That's kind of nice. But just, we're not at that same point. And the next 2 shoes, the last 2, are confirmed but not confirmed, and that's why I want to do them last. And I also wanted to juxtaposition those to this GT Cut 2, because first up we have a Jordan 2 low, and what I think is a great Christmas colorway, because nothing about it screams Christmas. It's a black Jordan 2 low with green and red. You could easily lie to me and say this was like a Black History Month shoe, like, right? Yeah. Like, this could be any kind of Jordan 2 lows, just happens to release on Christmas. That's part of what's wrong with Jordans right now, I think. It's just there's so many freaking Jordans where like you could lie to me and tell me this was 4 different themes, and I'd be like, sure, like that all checks out for all 4 of them. But at the end of the day, if you like Jordan 2s, if you like 2 lows, if you like your feet hurting, because I like 2 lows and they make your feet hurt, then this is a great shoe for you. It's supposed to come out around 12-16. They're less than $200, which is nice for a Jordan at this point. but 150 is still a lot of money for a shoe that will hurt your foot. Like, I'm not being mean. Like, this is not the
Just
most
facts.
anatomically friendly model to wear all day long. So it's a niche market for a neat shoe, for a holiday that is, I don't know. I like it, but it's just, there's no celebration behind this. There's no, it's just like, here's your, it's like getting a gift card, right? Like, this is the gift card Jordan. Where
No
like,
thought behind
you
it.
didn't know what to get somebody. You're like, oh, these are Jordan. There's a number on them. I know it has to have a number. I know it can't be like a weird thing. He likes black Jordans. Black number
Boom.
Jordans was the assignment. You come home with these, you understood the assignment, right?
Yeah, you can't be
Yep.
mad at it.
No.
But it's one of those things. It's like, don't buy. If you're looking to buy these for yourself, if you're like you say, one of those people who just not about the gift, it's about getting it for yourself. Hold on for 2 weeks because we already see the Royal Reimagine going for lots of money off with these discount codes. These are gonna be the same thing. Wait till Christmas or 2 weeks before Christmas, whenever they come out. There'll be a discount code a week later. They're going to be 25-30% off. Guarantee it. So save a couple dollars. Don't do yourself dirty. You don't have to rush to buy these.
Yeah, I mean the Royal Reimagined Royals. I saw like I didn't see if anybody replied in the Discord, but I posted like somebody said they were 40% off at the outlets already. It's like, I mean,
And
that's
the website.
yeah, that's a dope shoe for $100, $105 or whatever that is. But like they're the same to me. They're the same as the twos, right? Like I love ones, but like they're just uncomfortable to me, and like I swap in either like Converse insoles or Zoom insoles from the SB stuff. But like I don't know, this colorway is kind of like, yeah, Robbie's nailed it with the like. This is like the you got the assignment right, but like nobody. I don't think anybody's really gonna give two thoughts to this shoe beyond like seeing it on the hash wall at a Nike store at some point and being like, oh, maybe, and then they'll probably not get it anyway, right?
See,
Meh.
it lacks soul, and
Yeah.
the Reimagine one, I think it lacks soul too. It's a fucking Nubuck Royal One. Like, do I need to like applaud you because you figured out how to make a Nubuck Royal One? Like, you don't deserve applause for that. But even in my opinion, Mike, I mean, on sale to on sale, you're right. These will be on sale. I would rather buy these two lows than the Reimagine one because I don't have a shoe that looks like these. And if you were to put like red laces in them or like bright green laces, you could spice these up a little bit of Mario help. You could do some fun things with this. It
sure.
could work for a month, a year. But like, the soul has to come in. And this last shoe, it's also not confirmed, but confirmed. Due to the release date of 12/23, I think it's going to happen. This shoe has soul in my book. It's the KD3 Christmas. That's when storytelling in the golden era Mike was referring to was at its peak. I believe 2010 was the initial release year of this shoe. But I do have to also compliment Kevin Durant's line as a whole because he does keep X amount of KD flavor through 16 models. But it was more concentrated, I think, in the KD these early models. Still doing it, but the 3 was better. For $130, would you rather have the GT Zoom Cut 2, something brand new, which this is why the GT Cut 2 will not sell, want something brand new that looks great and performs well, or do you want a retro KD?
You know what's going to happen here. You know what's going to happen. It's just like the Air Max conversation we had. Yeah, I'd rather have something, with this case, a little cheaper and with some history behind it because I just like the old basketball stuff. And it's not something you're going to get too much off. I don't feel like they're going to retro that too many more times because it's not necessary. So it's really cool actually having in your collection. But do you guys remember the initial name of the pack where that came in before Kobe came in and stole with the Grinch? Yeah. Everyone forgets about that because like, oh, the Grinch. I'm like, well, that was actually just the green light. The yellow light and LeBron, which you wore the other day, I think, was the red light.
I did. Nick, are you going with the GT Cut 2 or the KD3?
No, I'm going KD3 for sure. Like,
easy.
I wanted that shoe to begin with, like the first time around, and I passed on it when I should have bought it. So like, that's a shoe I would go back and get. Like, to me, this is also like the one KD3 that I would want. Like, like I'm dumb about collecting, so I buy too many shoes. But like, I don't want to buy more than like with like a lot of the signature athletes, I don't want to buy more than one of each model, right?
Yeah.
Unless it's like a crazy,
Yeah.
like the KD4 for me was like a big deal, you know, like there's a few of them that I would want, but like the KD3 was like, it's like, you know, I had a few of the like colorways back in the day and I ended up trading them away, but like this is the one that would be like, okay, cool, I've got one, I'm done with it, I'm moving on.
So then
No,
here's
I'm
the
with
$1
you.
billion question, or the $1 billion issue, not even a question. Is KD3 competing with the GT Cut 2, but they're both just competing with the fucking KD16. So it's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then if someone's parent, let's say like the Jordan 2 black numbered Jordan assignment, let's say they don't understand the assignment and they come on with the KD Tray 5, KD Tray 5 9, I think they're on. So you could really get this wrong. Like, did he want the KD, the new one, or the new old one, or the new? No, it can lead to. I'm confused, and I know the differences, and it can be confusing.
Look,
But man,
that-
I hope these go on sale.
That's the other interesting thing about this, right? Like we're aged out of this market, but we're still interested in this shoe. The kid that played at like 13, 14 years old in this shoe in 2010, like this is more important of a retro than any Jordan, right?
Oh,
so
yeah.
like we're going to have this weird shift in sneakers. We're kind of already seeing it with like the Jordans are kind of like stale in a lot of ways. Nothing against a lot of them. Like I actually like the idea of suede or nubuck, you know, Jordan 1s, just because like if you were going to skate in them back in the day, that would have been cooler than to have the leather ones.
Yeah.
But am I going to go buy them for full price when I have a pair of Royals, when I have a pair, like, no, like I'm just not. So I think this is going to be really interesting to see how well this does too, because there's been a lot of KD stuff already, but I feel like this is one of the colorways that stands out. It was good enough to like, you would think of it, this would be like one of those shoes where like if the three of us are having this conversation without looking at KDs, like if we talk about the three, this is the colorway or one of the 2 or 3 colorways that we think of first. And like I feel like that has some potential to sell, but it's still like, to your point, it's like it's such a weird time because most kids are probably going to want to play in this the same way they do with Kobe's now, right? So most guys that are in college or whatever are going to play in this shoe over like new stuff, which just makes it weird for everybody. So
yeah.
if you're assigned a KD purchase, I feel for you. Hopefully you're assigned some other purchase, and you know.
Look, I'm gonna help all, like our fellow more younger. I'm gonna help our younger viewers, listeners, however you're intaking this information. You gotta do like me, guys. When back in the day, if I asked for a shoe for Christmas, and you got access to everything in your pocket with the phone or some kind of electronic device somewhere near you, somewhere, so it's in the vicinity somewhere. Typically, in most cases, I guess let's just say, it's okay to give a stock number. It's okay to give a picture. You could take out the uncertainty. Oh my god, am I gonna get a KD Tray or am I gonna get a KD3? Like, don't assume your parents know, because there's too many options. They go, if your parents are walking into Champs or walking in pick a name of a store, and they're like, oh, KD, that's what I remember because I'm buying gifts for 20 other people. Help yourself out at that point, because you're doing yourself a disservice if you're not giving them the proper reference. That's on you. There's too many different ways to give them reference at this point.
Help you.
Help you.
It's tough. So I mean,
and if you're working in a store right now, have a little
grace.
empathy for parents that are out there, because even though you probably could sell 2 pairs of a takedown model, you don't need to do that. The commission is not worth it. It's just going to be heartache for those kids back home. You know?
be nice.
There you go. Be nice.
So okay, last question. I'm gonna exclude the reverse Grinch because, I mean, that's an easy answer of all these shoes you would want. Which one are you taking? So of all these shoes, which one are you taking? That isn't the Grinch. Kobe 6.
I'm torn between two. Go ahead, Nick.
I think the KD3 might be above the Grinch for me right now. Like, only because, like, I feel like everybody's going to have these Grinches. And I'm not going to get them. It's going to piss me off anyway. So I'm just going to set my heart on the KD3 and be okay with that.
In the words of Nick Ingval, hate. That's like... But no, I'm in the same boat as you. That's funny, because that was my issue. Is like, I'm just super salty that I want to just like something else. And I do like the KD3. One of the ones, I had the same situation. I remember walking into Nice Kicks like couple months after those released and they were on sale. I didn't buy them like an idiot. So I think I would probably have to echo Nick's choice of the KB3.
Oh man. Well, I'm gonna mix it up. Probably those actual Grinch forums, like the
Also good.
Mr. Grinch ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I mean, the Chuck 70 is really nice too. The chocolate one. I don't have a lot of swirl shoes. Chocolate swirl shoes. Yeah, that's my answer to those both. Wrong. I don't know. No wrong answer here. It's tough. But listeners,
There was wrong answer. One wrong answer to Elf Crocs were the one wrong answer.
no man. I watched
Robbie's
that
like,
movie
"That's
last
third on
week.
my
That
list
movie is
anyway."
good again. So, if you're a fan of Elf, they're out there. Go buy them now.
Yeah.
Listeners,
Go put some syrup in your coffee too.
And your
in your
spaghetti.
Holidays, right?
spaghetti, M&Ms.
Oh, my stomach hurt watching that.
It makes my stomach hurt not getting reviews on Apple. So if you're listening to this, make sure you leave a review, support in any which way. It's almost 2024. You know how to support digitally. It's not hard.
Show us on your top listened to podcast. Everybody else is showing on freaking Spotify. Come on. Just give us a little love.
Yeah, for real.
Come on, man. Help us out. Thank you for listening, though. Enjoy your holiday shopping and peace.
See ya.
See ya.